is there a consensus on the May 2022 algorithm update yet? And basically the answer is no. Um, yeah, I mean, so the thing with algorithm updates now is, whereas like before there used to be, it was just a lot easier. Like they used to only target like one thing at a time or a couple things at a time, and it was much easier to kind of try to figure out what exactly was going on. But now, okay, one second. I should have a delivery right now.
You have a delivery?
Okay, he dropped it off. I just didn't want to make sure he wasn't going to try to get a signature or whatever. Yeah, I got some new shoes, some new
Well,
Nikes.
you should probably pick them up before somebody takes them.
Yeah, but anyway, we'll get to it after this. Anyway, but yeah, so it used to be a lot easier with algorithm updates, right? Like they just didn't target as many things. Whereas now there's just so much rolled into them. It's so difficult for people to really figure out like what exactly are they doing? What are the exact changes or how can I recover from it and yada, yada, yada. And it's been a couple weeks at this point, a little over
Yeah.
2 weeks, I think maybe about 3 weeks almost. And from what I'm seeing is still no one has any idea of what exactly is going on. People are saying all different stuff. It's they target AI content or they target backlinks, whatever. I don't know. There's just a million things people are saying, but I don't think anything is reliable at all yet. I made a post in our Facebook group as well as on our email send out and requested that if people got hit by the algo update, they send their website to me just so I can take a look. And all the websites I've looked at so far, I'm just not able to draw any kind of conclusions from it, right? It's just so like, it's so
Yeah.
just hard to tell exactly what's going on. And so I'm hoping that, hopefully sooner rather than later, we'll have someone come in that has just access to a very, very, very large amount of data, right? And maybe start to be able to make some sense of this stuff. But as of right now, not so much. Wanted to pull up this one other thing real quick. This was a poll I made in our group yesterday, yeah. And yeah, you can see about, well, the question is, if you were hit by the algo update, are you seeing some of your rankings and traffic start to come back? And about 40% of the people are saying that, yes, they feel like some of their rankings are starting to come back from the initial hit, which still leaves us at about 60% saying that they're not seeing any kind of improvement at all, which of course is not good, especially considering how many people are saying they got hit by this thing. There are rumors as well that I've seen of people saying that Google is actually rolling back the algorithm update, as in like its effects were stronger than they had anticipated, and they're actually trying to kind of like roll it back and get out of it or just weaken it by a lot. But it's just a rumor at this point, and I feel like it's probably a little bit of a hopeful rumor. I mean, if it happened, awesome. If it does happen, awesome. But it's just not something I'd really expect, right? And yeah, as far as moving forward goes, just same as usual, right? Look at all the things. Look at make sure your technical SEO is on point. Make sure your on page is on point. Make sure your content's on point. Your links. I mean, you just got to do all the things at this point in time. All the good, like healthy things for your site. Adding new content, adding new links, just making sure everything is well taken care of and all that good stuff. But other than that, there's unfortunately not really much that we can really say to help anyone out there that's been hit by this thing. You got anything on the algo update, Nick?
I guess it's just worth touching on. I mean, I've got quite a few sites that I've been monitoring between our clients and stuff that I'm working more closely with. And early on, I'd say that I didn't notice too much with my, with the assets that I've been looking at. But over the last couple of days, 2 to 3 days, I'm starting to notice a pop.
I'm gonna let you talk for a
And
second. I'll be right back.
yeah, go for it. And so it's kind of interesting to me, though there isn't anything that we can pinpoint as far as what has happened so far. What I can tell you is it's always a great reminder when an algo update comes up that if you're doing things as naturally as possible, emulating what actually happens naturally with websites that aren't trying to do SEO but are getting, viral following or press, there's just some simple steps you can take to make sure that you are insulated long term over time with these assets that you are pouring time, energy, and money into, right? And so, what do we always preach here? Diversify what you're doing with your backlinks profile, the type of links you're using, the anchors you're using. Always try and be as natural as possible. We go majority to homepage very often with natural anchors, and we're building out the overall authority of the websites we're working on versus trying to target smaller terms very aggressively, as that's unnatural typically. And although there are ways to emulate those kinds of things, they're more advanced. And so best practice is just to remember, like Chris said, continue along with content, make sure that it's optimized to the best of your abilities, whether that's using Surfer SEO or something comparable, making sure that you're using best on-page practices. And then, of course, diversifying your backlink profile, your anchored text ratios, etc., so that things do look natural over time. And typically, if you do that and if you build that way, if you use that strategy, you're going to run into less issues as Google's continually evolves. So yeah, I think that's about it.
I agree. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the description below for links to our blog for more info on this topic, along with a bunch of other cool stuff like case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell if you enjoyed the video. Thanks and happy ranking.